Hello and welcome back to this channel. For a couple of weeks now, I have been presenting to you what I refer to as interview scheduling reports. Now, for those of you who are not aware of what it is, at the end of every week after the CEAC data is released, I say for your different embassies and consulates where the scheduling of interviews currently is. That is what I refer to as interview scheduling report, and that is done generally over the weekend or latest on Mondays. Now, in today's video, I will be sharing with you how you can use those reports. In other words, how can the interview scheduling reports serve you as a DV 2025 applicant? That is what we will be considering in today's video. But before we go into that, let me make a comment that I have already made on several occasions on this channel. It concerns the different reports that I present on this channel. For the time being, there are two reports that I present. One concerns the scheduling of interviews, and the other concerns the highest case numbers that have already been interviewed. Now, those who are new to the channel have the tendency of confusing both of these reports. When you watch the report concerning interview scheduling, the continuation of that report, or to know the progress of interview scheduling, you wait for the next interview scheduling report and not for the report concerning the highest case number ranges that have already finished interviewing. Likewise, for the report concerning the highest case numbers that have already been interviewed, when you watch that report, to know the progress of the highest case numbers that have completed interviewing, wait for the next report that pertains to the highest case numbers that have completed their interviews. That is how both of those reports should be taken. All right. Now, the next comment that I have to do concerns the answering of questions. Now, it is true that in the past, I actually used to take a lot of time answering diversity visa questions on this channel. There are times that I took 2 hours, 3 hours, or even up to 4 hours responding to diversity visa questions on this channel. But the reality is nowadays I'm very, very busy. I sometimes actually feel sorry for myself when I consider what I have to achieve during the day. And that is why in the introductory video on this channel, I mentioned that, and I also said that is one reason why I created my diversity visa guidance program. So in case you are in need of any kind of guidance concerning the diversity visa program, you have questions or whatsoever it is concerning the program, then I advise you to take advantage of my guidance program. I usually leave the link to my guidance platform just below the video. So click on that link and engage my services in case that is what you are in need of. So there are a couple of ways that you can use the interview scheduling reports that are published on this channel or interview scheduling in general as a DV 2025 applicant. So the first way that you can use interview scheduling as a DV 2025 applicant concerns the performance of your embassy. Now, last week, the visa bulletin was published. What you guys are going to realize from now on to the end of this month is that interview scheduling at your different embassies and consulates will progress. So when we get to the end of this month of January, compare the interview scheduling at your embassy with the cutoff number that has been established for your region or exception country and draw your conclusion. If it is close to the cutoff number, then your embassy has a good performance. If it's far away from the cutoff number that was established for your region or exception country, then it means that your embassy or consulate has a bad performance. The second point is that interview scheduling can also be used to determine your prospects for interview at your embassy or consulate. So if you Apply what I just said in the first point concerning your embassy or consulate, and you determine that your embassy or consulate has good performance, then it means that prospects for interview at that embassy or consulate are high. And if, on the other hand, after conducting that analysis, you see that your embassy has a bad performance, then it means that prospects for interview at that embassy are low or bad. That's the second way you can use interview scheduling or the interview scheduling reports that are provided on this channel as a DV 2025 applicant or a diversity visa applicant in general. Now, over to the third and perhaps the most important way that you can use interview scheduling or the interview scheduling reports that I provide on this channel as a DV 2025 applicant. And that concerns the distance between interview scheduling at your embassy and your case number. That is, in case you have not yet been scheduled for interview or your interview has not yet been conducted. So in this case, how do you use interview scheduling or the interview scheduling reports that I provide on this channel? See where interview scheduling is currently at your embassy and see how far it is from your case number or how close it is to your case number. An example of interview scheduling being at 18,000 plus at your embassy or consulate. So in case you have a case number that is, say, 19,000 plus, 20,000 plus, it tells you that interview scheduling is almost at that case number, and so soon it's going to get to your case number. And when it gets to your case number, that is when you are supposed to be scheduled for interview. And when you are scheduled for interview, then you can look forward to receiving your interview notification. As opposed to another applicant assigned at your embassy with case number of, say, 40,000 plus. Having interview scheduling at 18,000 at the moment, it has to increase to, say, 19,000, 20,000, go into the 20,000s, then into 30,000s before getting to 40,000 plus. This means that interview scheduling is not close to the case number of that other applicant, and so he or she is not going to be scheduled for interview soon, and as a result, they cannot expect to receive their interview notification soon. So the numbers that are called in the interview scheduling reports, or in case you happen to consult the CEAC data for yourself and you see where interview scheduling is at your embassy or consulate, you can use that to know whether interview scheduling is at your doorsteps or whether it is still afar. That is another way that interview scheduling can be used by a diversity visa applicant. So use interview scheduling to determine the performance of your embassy. Use interview scheduling to determine your prospects for interview. And in addition to those two ways, use interview scheduling to gauge when you are supposed to receive your interview notification. Those are the different ways that you can use interview scheduling or the interview scheduling reports that are published on this channel. And as I said at the beginning, on a weekly basis. That is what I had to share with you in today's video. Thanks for watching this video. See you, God willing, very soon in the next one. Goodbye.